Are you ready?
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Ernie, Blerd without fear. What's going on? What's going on, people? Welcome to another edition of the Blerd Cave. We are back again. Well, I'm back. I don't know why I always speak in Venom terms, but yeah, I'm up in this piece. What's going on, everybody? Don Shada. If you want to know what the name of that song was, it's called Aura by Chuki Beats. You may or may not hear that one, in the future, because I'm actually switching theme music. I'll still be using Chuki Beats for a lot of my songs, but, yeah. I'm actually going to be going to my boy, Sky Blue. I'll be going to my boy Sky Blue for that. What's going on, King of Beers, Luisita Balbin, Crowley, King of Hell. I see you up in here. Look, I see you in here. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into it because we got a lot going on here. I just gotta say it. We have a lot to discuss and a very limited amount of time to do it in because I am going to be. You can probably see, maybe you may not be able to see behind me because that's in the way. I'm actually getting ready to set up for a video shoot here inside the Blerd Cave. Myself and Maria are gonna be shooting another video here in a little bit, and also I have to go see AEW Double or Nothing because I am a huge wrestling fan, as you may or may not be able to tell. Fan of good wrestling. Let me put it that way. So I got to go see my boys, baby. I got to go see my boys. Got to talk with the Dusty Rose voice, baby. But anyways, so that's what's going on, and so we're gonna jump right on into things. Okay, so don't let the headline fool you. Yes, Tom King. Tom King. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't have any hatred towards Tom King like some people tend to. I don't know. I don't get it. It's whatever. I don't care. You do you. I don't have it in me to hate anybody unless they're just awful human beings on a personal level, and I know them personally, or they affect me in some way personally. Anyway, so the other day in here, I wanna get this. I actually want to kind of cue this up for y'all. I want to do a little something. We're gonna do a little razzle dazzle here. Here, let's get that. So basically, your man's Tom King. Basically, what's going down is he is being pulled off of Batman. Not immediately, so don't get your hopes up. But basically, because I think they just put out Batman number 71. I think. But Batman, the book, he is going to be leaving the book. He was supposed to stay on, I think, until issue like 105 or 115. I don't remember. It was somewhere in the like 100 area. But basically, he is being pulled off of Batman after issue number 85, which is basically going to kind of wrap up one of his mini story arcs that's in this long form Batman book. This long-form Batman story arc. And they really haven't given any precise reason as to why that is the case. They haven't really given any precise reasons why, or actually, technically they have. But it's one of those things, I think a lot of people took it as him being fired. He actually was not fired. It's not exactly how that worked out. It's actually not the case. But basically, what is going on here? Is that there is something new in the works that Tom King has going on. Not to mention, he has several other things that he's going to be working on. He's got several other, like, I think they said somewhere in the neighborhood of like 10 to 13 other projects for DC. Like, his exclusivity license is not up with DC. He's not been canceled or anything like that, despite what people may wish or not wish. I don't know. Not my monkey, not my circus. But basically, your man's is going on to do Batman Catwoman. And this is basically going to be a series, a limited series, that is going to basically finish the story that Tom King started with Batman Rebirth #1. So, yeah, basically all that's going to be wrapped up there. Everything that he started a ways back, it's still carrying on. It's just not going to be in the main Batman book. Which, you know, some may see that as a punishment, some may see that as a victory, some may see that as nothing. I don't really see it as anything. I mean, he's still going to be doing other stuff. He's still going to be doing other stuff for Batman. And not even just Batman, but for DC as a whole. So yeah, matter of fact, as I'm looking at on here, I'm actually on comic book resources. Yeah, I'll show y'all what I'm looking at here. But yeah, following rumors that King would be prematurely ending his run on Batman with issue number 85, CBR confirmed the writer would be leaving the series by the end of 2019, and CBR also learned King has several new unannounced projects planned for this year and next, with today's announcement of Batman Catwoman being one of them. And this is going to be a book that he's going to be doing with Clay Mann. So for those of you who are familiar, like he's been working with Clay Mann for a minute. Heroes in Crisis has been pretty much Tom King and Clay Mann. So there's that. But yeah, Batman Catwoman is the thing he's actually moving on to. It's going to completely continue the story arc that everyone seems to hate, except maybe not. I don't know. It's not a story arc that I have any strong feelings about one way or the other. I think it's fine. I think people getting upset about it, much ado about nothing. Much ado about nothing. It is not that big of a deal. So yeah, hey, I see you in here, Alternative Factuals. I see you in here. Look, see, you keep popping up in here. I gotta get you on for one of these. I gotta get you on for one. But yeah, man, he's ending his run with, he was originally supposed to end his run with 105. But I will say this, for those of you, and I see there's some of you in here that are perfectly okay with, you know, him making, this Batman Catwoman book, and I'm perfectly fine with it too. I don't care. I just want to see the story ended. That's really it. I just want to see the story come to an end. Now I will say that, hey, what's going on, Shirley Lewis? What's going on? Conway Burke Dog, I see you in here. What's happening? Roberto Bravo, I see you in here. But I mean, now here's the thing I think is kind of funny. A lot of people kind of have this weird idea that because they don't like something, that no one else likes it either, or that, because I want to point something out, and this actually came up during the whole Robert Pattinson. I feel like every time I do one of these Blerd caves, there's some Batman news that is of some controversy. And man, it kills me. But the thing is, I think what people don't understand is that the way the human brain works, and I know this will probably offend some people, and that's fine, because you know what, the way you think should be challenged, and you should want that. You should invite that, because that's the only way you really know if you actually believe what you think you believe. But your brain is not some complex computer that you play video games on. It's not built like that. Your brain primarily is built to keep your ass alive. It's basically it does everything humanly possible to keep you breathing, to keep you from killing yourself, to keep you from doing things that would cease its own function. So your brain will create a narrative that suits you, because it doesn't want you to harm yourself in any way or do things that would be harmful to yourself as a whole. But that's why when people believe something, when they think something, it's kind of like when you ever have like a friend, like two friends who are dating and they break up, and you hear two different stories from both of them. And you always hear that old, I think it's a Southern saying, it may be a Northern saying, it may just be an old saying, period. But you always hear there's two sides to every story. There's his side, her side, and then there's the truth. There's three sides. The reason why is because in that one person, let's say on his side, he's thinking one thing. He sees things one way, because that's how his brain is creating the story to fit his narrative. Same with the woman. And then in the middle, there's the actual truth. If you actually like put the two stories together, read between the lines, you get the truth. That's kind of how I feel about how people think about Batman and like his comic. His comic's not doing badly, like at all. Like it sells. It's Batman. People buy it. People will buy it even if they don't like it. It just is what it is. It's the same mythos around when people hate a certain comic and they think that like, oh, nobody buys that. It's like, no, people buy it because they would clearly cancel it otherwise. They would have clearly canceled it years ago otherwise. Did the Batman Catwoman wedding like piss a lot of people off? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. But the thing is, if you went into that comic with all the build-up and everything that they did, all the fanfare that they did, if you thought they were going to get married, if you thought that something jacked up wasn't going to happen by the end of that book, I don't know what to tell you. That just is what it is. And that's the way that, like, people always want to say, oh, if they don't like a story, they always want to say this bad storytelling. Well, no, not all the time. Sometimes maybe it's the fact that, like, if a person that's writing a story can make you feel something about it, even if it's something bad, like, if it can upset you, they did their job. You don't have to like everything. I don't like everything. I would dare say, for me being Mr. Positivity, there are actually a fair slight of things I do not like. And I may even hate. I would dare say. But, so yeah, that's what's going on. Batman, Catwoman, and some other announced projects. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, man. It's, I wouldn't count this. I know, like, I was on Twitter the other day and somebody came at me, because, I said something about, Ethan Van Sciver? Because whatever. I don't like the guy. Sorry, just being brutally honest. I don't like him. I just don't like him. But no, at the end of the day, though, I kind of feel like, yeah, because he was doing some live stream about, like, oh, like, twirling his mustache in his fiery hellscape layer, laughing. He's like, oh, they finally got him. And I was like, it's not what you think it is. And for you to be a person who's a part of the industry, you should know better. But yeah, he's a fucking moron, so whatever. Don't care. You can tell him I said that. I don't give a shit. Exactly. And I would also say that you can feel any way you want to about anything. I don't care. Just here's my thing. Don't try and change people's minds. That's my problem when people don't like something. They immediately try and change people's minds. And I've had people, and some people in the comments, I've had y'all do it. I've even had some people in this chat do it before, like, because you hate something and somebody else likes it, or maybe I like it, you try to change our minds. And my thing is, if I like something, I don't try and change your mind. I just tell you that maybe you should revisit it at some point at a later date and maybe see if you still feel that way. Maybe climb out of your feelings and maybe you'll feel better about it. But the thing is, it's always in the case where someone likes something and someone else doesn't. Almost always. It's even maybe just as bad when people when people like something and you don't like it and they're this way. But I feel like it's even worse when they feel like because they hate something and you like it that you're wrong and they have to now try and change your life. And it's like, no, you don't have to. Leave people alone. People always want to cry free speech and freedom of thinking whatever you want to think and saying whatever you want to say and feeling however you want to feel until it comes to another person's opinion. It's like, no, don't do that. That is probably the most un-American thing you can probably do. If you're one of those people who's like a constitutional, you're like, oh no, this has to be this way. No, that's dumb. It's literally dumb shit. Which, by the way, I actually did leave my phone on because I'm technically using it as no longer now. I'm using it as kind of a way to tell myself when Maria will get here. So, there you go. To hear my phone go off, that's probably why. But anyway, yeah, and I'll go ahead. Right here, TJ Ridgway says, just chucking a buck, shout out, brother. I appreciate that. You the man. But no, like I said, it's, let me go through here real quick. Let me jump in this chat real quick. Jump in this chat. Don Shada 24 says, I'm sad King is off the book. I'm ordering it tonight. And where can I order comics online? Honestly, you can probably order them just about anywhere. You can get them off Amazon. You can get them off Comixology. You can get them off of. There's some. I don't know about any like specific comic book retailers that do it, but I know like Amazon and Comixology, especially since they are one and the same now. You can do that through them. And that's honestly how I get most of my comics, because I'm kind of a shut-in. I don't like to leave the house very often. I actually don't like going into comic shops anymore. True story. Mostly because of the fact that nerds are toxic as fuck. I just, no, I'm good. If I can avoid a toxic situation, I will. If I know I'm going to be walking into something that I know for a fact is going to be like a bad situation, no, I'll completely remove myself from it. I am not one of those people who bitches about something and then still goes and involves myself in it. It's other than YouTube comments, I bitch about those, but that's another story. That's mostly just me thinking. That's me thinking out loud, not so much wanting things to change. I mean, they should, but yeah, whatever. I don't care. I still sleep I still sleep like a baby at night, so yeah, whatever. Let's see here. King of Beer says facts. King was good. Yes, actually, I do agree. King was good. He's a great writer, and I think people who mostly hate him, it's because okay, yeah, the Batcat wedding debacle, yeah, whatever. I know there's a lot of people that hate him because of Heroes in Crisis, and my thing is, have you ever read anything else that Tom King ever wrote? I mean, he's pretty cool. K Chaser says best Spider-Man shirt ever. Thank you. Got this from Hot Topic. They had I think the weekend that Endgame was coming out, they had a Marvel buy two get one free sale. But I don't think they were doing it. I mean, they were doing it for Marvel, but I mean, they do that shit all the time. So yeah, you can always catch a buy two get one free. Okay, so here, let's see. Let's see. Interesting hot take, Houdini. Houdini Catfish says, no, he isn't, but I'm not about to argue about. Just stating excitement that Tom's bullshit misunderstanding of the character Batman will be short-lived and not another 2 to 3 years of his garbage. Well, technically, you've already gotten 2 to 3 years of his garbage, if you want to call it that. But I disagree, but you know what? I will defend to the death your right to feel that way, because I don't care. Anyway, let's see here. Yes, Lucito Balbin, he is staying with DC, and he's sticking on other projects for DC. He has an exclusivity license. He's not going anywhere. So that's all I can say about that. Let's see here. Let's go down through here real quick. Notorious B, he says, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you're negative. Sometimes, yeah, depends. It depends on how you don't like something. I do not prescribe to the not liking something doesn't mean you're negative. There are plenty of people who don't like something, and they do it in a very negative way. Like, it's almost like, it's kind of like case in point. There are a lot of, let's go back to last week. Let's revisit last week for a moment. Last week today with the Blerd Without Fear. There you go. That's an HBO special. So you had these people who were upset about Robert Pattinson being cast and not even officially announced as Batman. And the thing is, they're holding him accountable for a role he did over 10 years ago. That he last did over 2 years ago. And here's the thing. Most of the people who are mad about the fact he was in Twilight have never seen Twilight. They're just mad because that's what the cultural zeitgeist was at the time. They're mad because that was what was hot in the streets. It was hot in the streets to shit on Twilight, regardless of whether you saw it or not. And I saw it. I didn't think it was anything to write home about. It's kind of a dumb story. It's literally just about how important it is for a teenage girl to have a boyfriend. That's really all it's about. It's not even really about vampires. It's not. It's really not. Anyway. Anyway. Okay. Let's get on here. Conway Bergdog, I'm going to address that here in just a little bit. Matter of fact, you know what? I see like there's no time like the present. That's the, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Also, I do agree. Marcus in HD. What's going on? I see you in here. Marcus in HD actually says something. He says, no, I'm mad because Batfleck was given a shit run. Yes, he was. He was not given the role that he was meant to play. I'm sorry, but if If you blame Ben Affleck for the reason why Batman was bad in these last few movies, it was not Ben Affleck's fault. It really wasn't. He was dealt a shit hand on that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest with you. But anyways, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about something positive that will not rile up the stands, the fanboys, and the toxic nerds. Let's do that. Okay, so your man's Deadpool. People, ever since Fox was bought by Disney, everybody's been just talking and clamoring. What about Deadpool? What about Deadpool? They sound like Canyon in WCW. Who's better than Canyon? Who's better than Deadpool? What's gonna happen to Deadpool? What about Deadpool? Well, guess what? Deadpool may show up in the Spider-Man sequel to the Spider-Man Far From Home sequel. He may show up in that. Maybe. It's possible. It may not happen. Don't get your hopes up. But what we have here, we have a article from comicbookresources.com, and it's a rumor. Marvel Studios considering Deadpool MCU debut in Spider-Man 3. Yeah, so that might be a thing. Basically, what's going on here, basically what they're talking about is the fact that either one of two things is going to happen. He'll either wind up his own solo movie or a Disney Plus series, which seems to be the thing that Disney's really doing to kind of bolster up their library, which is not a bad move. It is not a bad move at all, honestly, if they did it that way. And then they also said he could be guest starring in a sequel to Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, this is a story that was broken by MCU Cosmic. It's not to say that it's bullshit, but, I mean, I think in the past they actually have broken stories that turned out to be legit. But yeah, they say at this time it's not totally clear how Marvel Studios will integrate Deadpool following his acquisition from 21st Century Fox. Disney CEO Bob Iger has said there's a possibility Wade Wilson's solo films will remain rated R. However, there's no guarantee Marvel won't opt for its standard PG-13 rating despite the foul-mouthed hero's popularity. Okay, so here's the thing. So, man, with Deadpool and Spider-Man, here's what you run into. I'm going to tell you what you run into here. When you run into this whole Deadpool Spider-Man debacle, and I say it's a debacle for multiple reasons. Largely because you're not going to please everybody. You're really not going to please everybody. If it was midnight in a perfect world, yeah, we would be seeing movie posters like this one with Deadpool getting ready to drop a face hugger on Spider-Man's face while he lays asleep. And this is, of course, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. But just the same, these are the types of shenanigans we would get to look forward to because, bear in mind, Fox owned Aliens, and now Disney owns Aliens. Think about that for a second. So yeah, I think it's cool. I'm perfectly okay with it. I'm not against this at all. I am perfectly 100% all in and all for it. The thing is, I wouldn't hold out a whole lot of hope for him being in Spider-Man 3. That's my only thing. I think it'd actually be more likely they just continue making his movies as they have been. Now, I have said this in the past. That if they made Deadpool a part of the Avengers, or put him in a Spider-Man movie, or a Captain America movie, or a Doctor Strange movie, or any other Marvel movie, what they would probably do is they probably would keep it PG-13. And the reason why is because, A, it just would be better for all parties involved because rated R movies do numbers at the box office, but, that's like if you're John Wick. And that's, and even Deadpool did numbers at the box office. But yeah, it's just, you have to think about this in a way that is conducive to everyone involved. And honestly, I'm not against the idea of Deadpool being PG-13 because honestly, yeah, his humor kind of, oh, hey, what's up, Lemon Piece? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I always like the super chats. By the way, if you got super chats here, I will jump on your stuff right away. I usually kind of pause for questions and usually save them for the end, and I'll respond to comments and stuff. But if you throw me a super chat like my man's Lemon Piece and my man's TJ Ridgeway did, you'll get a little extra. So yeah, I just want to say, Lemon Pea says, man, like to give more, but term in parties kill pockets, man. Look, you talking to the man who understands. You talking to the man who understands. So yeah, I totally get that. Hey, I appreciate whatever little bit you give, man. I am not hating. I'm not hating on that. So just know that. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the whole, Deadpool. I mean, they made it work in Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, the animated series. Deadpool was PG-13, or actually, it was even, I dare say, PG. But that was actually kind of half the charm. It was funny. It was funny, the fact that he couldn't say words like kill or murder. Like, he couldn't use those words. He even, and the episode itself of Ultimate Spider-Man was still relatively violent, even by kids' cartoon standards, but they did it in such a way that made it entertaining. And I highly advise, if you have not watched that episode of Ultimate Spider-Man, I think it's in season 2, maybe season 3, but I think it's season 2. Ultimate Spider-Man, man, it's a good episode, and it's actually the way, if you were telling me, hey man, we want to put Deadpool in the MCU and we want to make him PG-13, I'd say, yep, there you go, that's how you do it. That is precisely how you do it. So yeah, I'm all for it. I don't give a shit. But yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Let's go back through some of these. Comments. Okay, so Lex Bryan says it's a shame King is out. For me, I'm neutral when it comes to Tom. The only thing that kind of bothered me was Bat hit Tim. Wasn't a fan of that. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that one either. But, Batman's been slapping the shit out of Robin in Facebook memes for years, and nobody's batted so much as an eyelash. So, hey, it is what it is. George Taker, what's happening? I think WB don't know how to take a mortal and flawed take on the Batman, because King was really delving into the symptoms of Batman psychosis like he's doing in Heroes in Crisis. And yes, I 100%, 1000% agree with what you're saying. I think people, there's two different camps of people when it comes to superheroes. They want their superheroes to be shining beacons who are perfect and have no flaws, even though technically they'll be the first people to cry out that a superhero doesn't have flaws, and cry Mary Sue when a character has no flaws, but they don't want their heroes to be deconstructed. So it's really weird. And then there's people who don't mind their heroes being deconstructed. In fact, they invite it. And I am the latter of the two. I actually invite seeing my heroes deconstructed. I am 36 years old, or 37, actually, getting ready to be 37 years old. I have been reading comics since I was 4 years old. And I've seen everything. I've seen everything you could possibly see in comics. And you know what? Showing me a deconstructed hero is something that still gets me. So I'm all for it. That is what it is. And Lee says, isn't this the fool that screwed up Heroes in Crisis? I wouldn't say screwed up Heroes in Crisis. I think it's perfectly fine. I've actually been rather enjoying it. So, I mean, maybe screwed it up for you. I don't know, but didn't affect me. Let's see here. George Singer says, but Bob Layton did the same thing with Iron Man. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, as a matter of fact. Roberto Bravo says Supernova was better than Canyon. Yeah, he kind of was. God rest Canyon's soul, man. God rest his soul, man. I love me some Canyon, man. He died too soon, man. He was a good guy, man. He was an amazing wrestler. George Singer says, so I thought the talk was Sony was going to unravel itself from the MCU. That is after Spider-Man 3. Once the third Spider-Man movie is up, that is when Sony is supposed to be backing away. But honestly, I think it's a dumb move. And I think in light of recent endeavors, Sony will rethink that stance. But, Robert Jerome, what's up, Blerd Without Fear? Hey, what's up, Robert Jerome? Let's see here. I think Spider-Man, Conway Bergdog says, I think a Spider-Man, Wolverine, or Shadowcat movie would be better. I wouldn't disagree with that. But I will say that, man, it is, to see a guy like Deadpool interact with a character like Spider-Man who's so polar opposite of him, at least in terms of morality. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all have been reading the, Spider-Man Deadpool comic. It's fantastic. Anyway, let's, you know what? Let's stick with casting rumors. Can we stick with casting rumors? Let's stick with casting rumors. We're on a roll here. We are on a roll here. And this will also kind of tie into some other stuff that I want to talk about before we get too far along. So, here, let's... How many people are familiar with the name of Charlie Hunnam? And it's kind of a rhetorical question because I know that the chat is a little delayed. And me sitting here waiting probably take about 10 seconds longer than I'd want to sit here waiting for the answer to a question. So I'm just going to say Charlie Hunnam, the man who is of Sons of Anarchy fame, the man who is of Pacific Rim fame. I actually tried to say that one correctly. He has been rumored. He has been rumored to be playing Wolverine, and this is crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. But yeah, it's this. Oh, wait, wrong one. There you go. Charlie Hunnam in talks for Wolverine movie. Some people will probably note that Charlie Hunnam, like I said, you probably know him from Sons of Anarchy. You may or may not know him from Pacific Rim. You may know him from that really bad, there was like a King Arthur reboot style movie that came out not too long ago. You might remember him from that. It was one that Guy Ritchie did. But I mostly know him from Sons of Anarchy and Pacific Rim. I think he's a good actor. I think he's a great actor. Now, could he play a character like Wolverine? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not alchemy or anything. You don't need a Philosopher's Stone to play Wolverine. Some people will make the comment that he is too tall to play Wolverine, which is funny considering that he's 6'1" and Hugh Jackman was 6'2". So yeah, I don't really see the logic in that. But but hey, I'm not knocking if you want your Wolverine shorter. I would like a shorter Wolverine. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a shorter Wolverine, but if they didn't, I probably wouldn't think anything of it if I'm keeping it a buck. But your man's Charlie Hunnam, he's a good actor in everything I've seen him in. Sometimes it's easy to forget that he is not from here. His American accent leaves a lot to be desired. But honestly, he could play Wolverine. I think he could do it. I think he is more than capable of playing Wolverine, if this is even actually true. Let's be fair here. This is a rumor. The rumor, as a matter of fact, is not even cited. It's an undisclosed source that is close to Disney and Marvel Studios. They won't give a name, and maybe that means it might be true. It may mean it's not. It's one of those, you never know. It could be a thing. It could not be a thing. But like I said, you see this guy. He's been in a lot of different stuff. I'm actually, you know what? While I'm here, you know what? Let's see if we can pull up this man's his work history. Let's pull up this man's work history real quick. We're gonna pull up his work history. So your man's Charlie Hunnam, who's only a couple of years older than me. Man, I feel like I've accomplished nothing in my life. Let's see. So yeah, Sons of Anarchy is what he's known. Oh, Crimson Peak. I forgot about that movie. Mostly because it wasn't the most entertaining thing, but he wasn't bad in it. Yeah, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. That was the one I was talking about earlier. I have not seen A Million Little Pieces or Triple Frontier, though Triple Frontier is actually on my list of things to watch. So there you go. I've seen him in other stuff, like, of course, yeah, you got Pacific Rim. He was in the video game version of it too, to some degree. There's some other stuff in here that I've never seen before, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh, I forgot. He was in Queer as Folk. I haven't watched that show in a gajillion years, so that's why I forgot. So yeah, there you go. That's a thing. That is a thing. But yeah, I mean, he's a good actor. I mean, like I said, it's not rocket science to play Wolverine. He's a gruff, broody, kind of mean son of a bitch. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to play that type of character, and he's played a character not too dissimilar from it in Sons of Anarchy. So, which, I think he did as good a job as you could do playing a character of that type. But I do like I said, talking about Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy is, it's a divisive show. There's people who love it. There's people who hate it. There's people who've never seen it or have no interest in seeing it. But the type of character that he plays, kind of cold-blooded, a character who starts out kind of wide-eyed and bushy-tailed on, to a lesser extent, and then turns into this, son of a bitch, as you go along. That's Wolverine right there for you. So that being said, too, Boss Logic, I believe, was the one who did this. Boss Logic does lots of renderings and mock-ups of characters or of actors as certain comic book characters. This was his mock-up of what he would want, or what he would think that Charlie Hunnam would look like as Wolverine. I actually think he looks more like a Sabretooth type of character in this particular one. But, hey, what are you gonna do? Who am I to criticize Boss Logic? I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna get me cussed out. But yeah, it works. It works. I think it's fine. Yeah, it is what it is. So, but that being said, I know, because we talked about this maybe two or three streams ago. We talked about the prospect of other people playing Wolverine, and honestly, it's time. I know every time I do a character breakdown video of a popular character or a character that people are really attached to, people are always saying the same actors over and over again. It's if it's Blade, they're always saying Michael Jai White, Michael Jai White, Michael Jai White. If it's Jon Stewart, Michael Jai White, Michael Jai White, Michael Jai White. If it's Icon, Michael Jai White, Michael Jai White. If it's Blue Marvel, Michael Jai White. It's okay, Michael Jai White can't play everybody. He can't play everybody, goddammit. He's only one man. He's one man who thinks he can beat Bruce Lee's ass. Which he did clean that up. It's not exactly what I think people thought he was saying, but yeah. Anyway, I think that you need to get some new blood in there. The same way I think you need to get some new blood on Blade. The same way I think you need to get some new blood on a lot of characters that have been getting played for were played for long stretches of time by the same actor. It worked for James Bond. Sometimes you got to switch it out. If it ain't, what was it Chris Rock said? What was it? Back in the old Bring in the Pain HBO special. If it ain't new, it's through. Or was that Bigger, Blacker? Don't remember. Anyway, the point is, Chris Rock said, if it ain't new, it's through. So there you go. Anyway. Let's jump in here real quick. I feel like I missed the whole conversation in here. Okay, so what about, George Shanker says, if you take away the hard R from Deadpool, then all we'll get is Deadpool's comic relief. Probably, but if he's a guest star, it's not really that big of a deal. I think that, you'll still get to see him do his stuff, but here's what you do. You line up everything to fit the narrative that you're trying to tell with a character like Deadpool involved. I can tell you how you can do it. It's real easy. They do it with the Marvel movies all the time. The Motion Picture Association of America, the MPAA, they don't like the idea of people, actual real living people, humans, being viciously killed and murdered on screen. But you know what they don't have a problem with? Aliens and robots. Or fantasy creatures. Because they're not real. I'm just saying, this is what it is. So what you do is you create a scenario where Spider-Man is up against something where maybe there's things involved that aren't real. I can throw some out there. You could make it Mysterio would have been perfect because they're going up against some unrealistic ass shit. They're going up against elementals. Not Hydra Man, not Sandman, not Molten Man, whatever. So you got that, and of course, you've also got characters like Alistair Smythe. You could have the Spider Slayers. That would be another one. You could just as easily do a character like Rhino, which technically Rhino's not a major overarching villain, but you could have him as somebody that Deadpool could kind of piece up real quick. Even though technically he is human, he's in a position where he can take a lot of the stuff Deadpool will be able to dish out for the most part. We've already seen Juggernaut in Deadpool 2. You could totally bring him back for a Spider-Man movie. You could have them go up against a character like the Hulk. We could put him up against characters like Scorpion, depending on which version of Scorpion. You could even put him against a character like Venom. You could put him up against lots of different things. You could put him against a lot of different things, and you could still achieve that same effect because they all bring some kind of an element that the MPAA would not immediately lash onto, or lash out against, more or less. Cricket says, why not have the Fox X-Men universe end with Deadpool 3, do the pre-Secret Wars Deadpool ending where Deadpool finally gets his piece, he gets his happily ever after, and then the universe ends. I mean, I wouldn't be against that. Just mostly because I don't know what they're going to do with the X-Men going forward. Going forward, there's no telling what is going to happen. It seems like Fox, 21st Century Fox, is hedging all their bets on the X-Men universe ending with Dark Phoenix, which, by the way, there is a new music video out. I don't know if any of you seen it. It has nothing to do with nothing, but I think it's Emily Sunday. I don't remember her name exactly, but she has a music video out that's attached to Dark Phoenix, and you can see a shot of Dazzler for 0.2 seconds if you go to the 2-minute mark. So, the more you know. Roberto Bravo says the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon was good. It was amazing. Matthew Horo says, hey, brother, I love your videos, my man. Yeah. Hey, I love you too. Let's see here. TJ Ridgway, how do you feel about the rumor MCU Ben might be Tobey Maguire? Oh, talking about Ben Reilly? or you mean Uncle Ben? Uncle Ben. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. That wouldn't. I can see that. I can see that. I mean, Maguire's that age now. He's God, man. Yeah, he was already in his 30s. I think he was in his early 30s, late 20s, early 30s when he played Spider-Man the first time. And how many years have passed since then? He's about that age. He's about that age. I can see it. Because we're doing Hot Aunt May. I mean, we can go ahead and do vaguely handsome Uncle Ben. We could do that, right? Let's see here. What else we got in here? Robert Jerome says that King Arthur wasn't that bad. I'll say that it was not that good either. We'll say that. We'll split the difference on it. Okay. They say, was it, Dre 807K said, or 807,000, I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to say, what that leads into. He says, he should just do Ghost Rider. I mean, I wouldn't be against that either. The only reason why I think it won't happen is because, Disney and Marvel are hardcore going down the Robbie Reyes version, because he was the version that they put on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was well received. And I didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for that season, but I did see clips of it, and I really liked it. And Robbie Reyes has really grown on me as a character. I used to be the guy that was all like, no, my Ghost Rider must ride motorcycles. As I use my J. Jonah Jameson voice, like, I want pictures of Ghost Rider on a motorcycle. I don't care anymore. Actually, I think the idea of him driving a car is just as equally as absurd and just as good. Actually, I think it works better, but yeah, whatever. Carter Presents says Charlie Hunnam is Sentry. I can see that too. Maybe. And then Matthew Horo says, doesn't matter with camera magic. You are correct. See, most people forget that, in the Lord of the Rings, a movie that came out, what was around 2000? 2001? Used tons of camera tricks to make the hobbits look like they were shorter than everybody else. It's all about perspective. Even shots where they're in the same shot, they just would not be, they would be in the same, they wouldn't be on the same plane, but it's like this, but you make it, it's perspective. If you've ever taken art, you know how it works. Okay, Casey Johnson says, this is why Avengers Disassembled was so good to show how messed up heroes can get with stress. Wanda cracks and kills Hawkeye, and Jack of Hearts blows up the mansion, turning Tony into a drunk again. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. You tell a story that breaks a hero. People don't like seeing their heroes broken. They think their heroes are infallible, and I'm sorry, that's not the case. And you live, granted, it is fantasy, it is make-believe, but you live in a fantasy world if you think that people can't be flawed. Maybe, and I think a lot of times this is the case, they don't like having that mirror shown up to themselves. That's all I'm saying. But I'm one of those people who I often believe that if I like something, I can make fun of it. If I like something, if I genuinely like something, genuinely love something, I am able to dissect it, deconstruct it, make fun of it, point out its flaws, everything. And that's something I enjoy doing. Matter of fact, some of y'all don't see this, but like the videos, if you've ever watched the videos that Maria and I did for Garo, Go Busters, a lot of times in between takes, we talk so much shit about the things we love. And Maria's even better about it. She actually will point out things that I don't even really think about because they don't cross my mind. But because she is a film major and she worked in continuity, like specifies in continuity with shots and things like that, she picks out shit. She'll point out things to me. I'm like, I never caught that. But that's the thing. If you like, and she doesn't hate the thing, she loves it, but she can point out the flaws. And honestly, if you love something, you should be able to point out its flaws. If you love something and can't point out its flaws, then there's a deeper problem going on in there. Let's see here. Robert Rose said, don't do that. He said, don't do that, Blerd. I'm right there with you, though. No, it's true, though. It's true. To be fair, it's one of those things. I tell you what, King Arthur is one of those movies, I'll probably never watch it again. But my life is not lesser for having watched it in the first place. So, there you go. Bubba Lock says, Shorty and stocky Wolverine needed. Yeah, maybe. Matthew Horror says, I loves Wolverine, but can't wait for X-Men like Storm and Rogue. I'm right there with you. Bubba Locks also says Tom Hardy for Wolverine. I can see that. Here's the beef with Tom Hardy, though. Here's where Tom Hardy is not that much shorter than Charlie Hunnam. He's 5'9". He's like an inch taller than I am. But and I guess, there's a few inches can make a difference. But when you think about it, Tom Hardy is short, but he's not as short as people think he is. But once again, camera magic, camera tricks. It can all work. Let's see here. Let's go through here. Alternative Factuals, you deucing out on me? Hey, I appreciate you for coming in, bro. Next time I'm getting you on. Next time, me and you, we're gonna try. And also, bear in mind, I know Alternative Factuals, he's about to leave out. But man, me and him, we're gonna be linking up in June. The 14th, 15th, 16th. That's I'm letting you know right now. I'm gonna be in Brooklyn. I'm gonna be in the mighty BK. Is that what they call it? Is it BK? I don't know. I know Bronx is BX, but not going to the Bronx. But yeah, I will be in Brooklyn. I will be kicking it with y'all. For those of you who are in Brooklyn, if you're gonna be at Brooklyn Comic-Con, I will be there the 15th and 16th. So come check me out. Alternative Factuals mean you will be linking up a little later. We got some plans. We got some things. We got things to discuss. Okay, so this is something I didn't really prep for, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time if it seems kind of all over the place. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Okay, so before we close out of here, I want one more topic to discuss, and then I'm going to answer some questions. We're going to answer some things. We're going to talk about some tings. Okay, so we all know that the X-Men run, the X-Men line is going to be getting reset soon. It's basically what it's coming down to is Once all of the X-Men Alpha, whatever, stuff is going, I haven't really been reading it. I've only been really reading Uncanny X-Men just because I got limited time, man. I read 20 comics in one day the other day, and that's just more comics than I usually read on any given time. But and I'm talking about like back to 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 back, and then worked on a video. So yeah, I just want to go and say right now, man. Yeah, that was a lot for me. That's a lot for me. I think I read 30 comics, 35 comics in one day, another day. But yeah, man, that's just a lot of reading, and it's hard for me to do because I have ADHD, for lack of a better way to put it. My attention is easily distracted. So like, I'll be like, ooh, let me go do this. I'm that way with video games and other stuff. I'll start something and be like, ooh, this is over here. I'm gonna go over here now. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Jonathan Hickman picking up the X-Men. Because, hey, we just talked about Charlie Hunnam being Wolverine. Why not? That's X-Men related, right? Okay, I like my segues. So basically what's going down is Jonathan Hickman. Your man's Jonathan Hickman. What's going down is he is going to be picking up the X-Men in a little bit. I think it's going to start in July, where he is going to be releasing House of X and Powers of X. So these are going to be two series. Like all of the other X-Men series are going to be canceled, done at Jonathan Hickman's request. He told Marvel. Jonathan Hickman did a pull-up on Marvel and said, cancel all them shits. My story is the only one you need. Marvel was like, okay. They're like, all right, we'll do this. Because Marvel was all about bringing back like the myriad of X-Men titles. They were all about that shit. We were literally like this close to getting... we were literally this close to getting 80 X-Men titles again, like back in the 90s. But no, he was like, no, he's like, I'm canceling all this shit. We're starting over. Not even that someone's starting over. We're gonna have a definitive X-Men story. I'm telling it. So basically what's going to happen is these new books, they are going to be, House of X is going to be Jonathan Hickman. And for those of you who don't know who Jonathan Hickman is, I just want to go ahead and put some respect on this man's name. I am more familiar with him from some of his Image work, but here I'm gonna pull up this man's bibliography because he did work on Fantastic Four. His Fantastic Four is probably one of my favorite Fantastic Four runs of all time. It's up there. It's up there. But no, he's also done Transhuman, the Manhattan Projects, East of West, the Black Monday Murders, for Image. And of course, he's worked on Fantastic Four, Secret Warriors. He did Shang-Chi, and he also has done stuff in the Ultimate Comics line for like Thor, and the Ultimates, and so on and so forth. And I think he also did. I also think he also did Avengers too. He also did Avengers as well. But I mostly know him for Image stuff. His Image stuff is mostly where I am familiar with him. So, but basically what's going on is, Jonathan Hickman is going to be doing House of X with Pepe Larraz, which is just amazing. I love his work. And he's going to be doing Powers of X with R.B. Silva. So, you got that to look forward to. But basically what's going to happen is that he's not divulging any details on what the stories are going to be about. But he did say that basically what they're going to be doing, they're not going to be doing the basic 20-page format that people are probably used to with comics, because he said that it's kind of outdated, and I do agree with him on this. I do agree with him on this to some level, because you hit a point sooner or later where if you're reading a 20-page comic, by the time you get to page 19, some bullshit's about to go down. Some cliffhanger shit is about to happen. And it is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, that's going to happen. But he said, if you go with what they're doing here, if I'm remembering correctly, they're going to be doing a 30-page format. And he said it's something they actually tested out with Image.
when they were doing Black Monday Murders, is they would do, excuse me. He says basically what they were doing then was that they would do these longer form books, and they actually charged more for them because they were getting more pages, 30 some odd pages. You would get more story, and you would feel more fulfilled because you were getting more out of it than just a typical 20-page issue. Now he says that the solicits for House of X, Powers of X, he says that the solicits say 40 pages at $5.99, and he says, but that's incorrect. He said the books are bigger than that because if we can provide value, then it increases our odds the book will be judged solely on is it good, and that's the challenge that they're wanting to undertake. He says this whole thing is, and when they asked him what it was he wanted to add to the X-Men, if there's anything he could bring back to the X-Men, is value. He wants to make it a value again. He wants people to actually give a shit about the X-Men again, and I think it's great. And if anyone can do it, it's Tom. It's not Tom King, but because I'm still looking at pictures of Tom King sitting here on my desktop. But it's Jonathan Hickman. He can do that. Tom King can do it as well, but Jonathan Hickman, he can do that. But no, when you think about like all these things that he's got going on, the things that he's done in the past, and I'm gonna go tell you now, if you have not read Black Monday Murders, please, by all means, take time, go do that. But one of the things I do like is that he did say he actually debunked some fan theories. He said there's two fan theories that people have thought about in regards to his books that they are either an alternate universe story or that they are a time travel story. And he has already come out and said, right off the wham, neither of those are true. So if you got burned out with time travel by the end of, Extermination, or if you've been burned out with alternate universes by the end of stuff that's going on right now with the House of X, not House of X, but the whole X-Men Alpha stuff, the stuff where they're in the alternate timeline, if that is the thing that you were sick and tired of, or you're just ready to see something other than that, then you got good fortunes there. But the thing is, but when they come out, just know that you will probably see a bigger book. You're going to see a 30-plus page book, maybe even closer to 40 pages. You will see a book that's probably going to cost a little more than your average comic as a result of that. But I mean, my thing is, I don't care about how much the comic costs as long as it's good. Now, I mean, I will say I'm not going to buy a comic that's, I'm not going to, it's kind of like the $75 cup of coffee. I'm not buying a $75 cup of coffee. Fuck that. But I'm not buying a $75 comic either. Just going to keep it real. But unless that is like some kind of an omnibus. If it's an omnibus, then yeah, maybe we can talk. Depending on what it is. But yeah, I'm ready to see what he's got to say, because I mean, and I implore you, if you've not read his Fantastic Four run, Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, which I want to say was around, I think it was like 2014. If you have not read that, I highly advise, please go do it. Treat yourself. It is a great run. And it's honestly of course, it's the last good one because it was the last of the Fantastic Four up until they brought him back with Dan Slott, but it was also the last good one as well. So, there you go. I'm double checking myself here on timelines as well. No, I lied. It was actually earlier than that. 2009 up to 2012 is when he was on that book. So, which he accrued 5 volumes. So, yeah. I'm here for all of it. Anyway, that said, I think we've hit the time where we're going to take some questions. Let me, I'm also checking myself for, okay. I have not been notified that anyone's on their way, so we're still good. I'm going to come through here real quick. Let's see here. I'm going to try and catch back up on some comments. Let's see. Ebony Avenger Stevenson says, "Hey, I really enjoy your videos. I started checking them out in February. Keep up the good work." And at least 3 people have recommended that King Arthur movie to me. You know what? It's like I said, like I was telling Robert Jerome, like it's not the worst movie in the world. It really isn't. Robert Jerome says, what if he could play them all? Talking about Michael Jai White when I was talking about what people Oh, Cricket actually brings up one. Arcade. When I was talking about villains that could face. Arcade, yeah, I can see that. I can see Arcade. He's actually a very underused villain. I actually had kind of forgotten about Arcade until I played the game Marvel Legendary, the card game. You can probably see it. It's, yeah, where my thumb is pointing. I have several boxes of it, but I got the X-Men expansion and Arcade is in there, and I was like, dude, I forgot all about you. Also, yeah, he's oh, whoa. Conway Bergdog dropped $4.99. Whoa, what's up? And look, didn't even ask a question, man. Look, see, I appreciate that. Look, he just chipping in just cause. You the man. And let's see here. Let's go through a couple more things here. Alternative Factual says, Tobey Maguire's Uncle Ben, then using him as an alternate version of Spider-Man for extra emotional value in the Spider-Verse. I can see that. I could see it. I can see it. Matthew Clark says, hop in kind of late, yo. What up, Ernie? Hey, what is up? What's up, man? Look, I see you in here. Actually, you know what, Cricket? I will co-sign on that. Cricket says, I tend not to point out the flaws in my favorite movie. She points out Avatar. Because everybody else already does that for me. You know what? You're not wrong. People are... And I think it's because we have the internet. Everyone's opinions are readily available at any one time. And I'm not knocking on that because I am on a platform where I give my opinion to people on a regular basis. And people come and listen to see what my opinion is, either because they know who I am or because they are curious what it might be. So, yeah, I totally get that. But, yeah, my thing is just... It really depends on what it is. But yeah, Avatar, I know a lot of people who shit on Avatar. And I'm not one of those people. I actually think Avatar is perfectly fine. It's good. It's not, it's hardly worth the levels of vitriol and criticism that people like to throw at it. I just think it's a good, fun movie. It's fun. That's what I watch movies for. Okay. So, actually, you know what? Dan, you're so appropriate. Dre 807,000 Jones says, did y'all see that petition they started to have Danny DeVito play Wolverine? Hilarious, but interesting. You know what? Let's talk about that real quick. Real quick. I do want to share something. For those of you who have not seen it. They did this mock-up, and this might be Boss Logic. I don't know if this is Boss Logic, but basically it's got Danny DeVito just in his skivvies, with the wild ball cut. With the knives, the blades, everything, man. It's insane. And here's the thing. This is the age that we live in. Oh, hey, what's Tech Spec Studio? Hey, I appreciate that. Oh, Tech Spec Studio says, I'm going to order Hickman's Fantastic 4 run right now. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's love right there. Look, the Hickman Fantastic 4 run, I'm telling you right now, it's that good. It is that good. Also, you do get to see Spider-Man, on the squad for a minute too. So, man, it's always plus for me because I love Spider-Man. But let's see. As far as the rest goes, like I say, getting this DeVito ring, if you want to call it that. Here, let's put this one up. So people put this one too. Where it's him looking in the bathroom mirror or some mirror. I don't know what it is. It's probably something from Always Sunny. I don't watch Always Sunny, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It looks stupid. It looks stupid as hell. It looks so dumb. However, if they did it If they did, man, would I be mad about it? Probably not. Probably not. I probably would not be mad about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I probably could not have it in me to be mad. Okay, so let's see. DJ Nightmare says, as great as Jonathan Hickman is, I am worried, mainly because of Bendis taking over Superman. I don't have the same thought process everyone else does about Superman and Bendis. I just don't. And maybe it's because I'm not a huge Superman fan, and that probably automatically disqualifies my opinion. But I've enjoyed it. It's the most I've enjoyed Superman in some time, so. Did some things get undone or changed that probably would have gone a different way? I mean, that's just the nature of comics. It just is what it is. No writer is beholden to carry on a story arc that some other writer did. And honestly, I don't think it's a good idea to try. Because usually it almost always backfires. It almost always backfires. The same thing people are talking about. Like we were talking about Tom King earlier. People forget about Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison's Batman run, which honestly, y'all want to talk about a trash Batman run. Look, Grant Morrison had me like,
Who man is this?
You gotta be joking me.
yeah, no, dude, I'm sorry. I'll shit all over that Grant Morrison run, and I can say it because I was buying it issue to issue, just because I was like, man, it's fucking this Batman. Now, you want to talk about garbage run? There you go. Batman Rest in Peace was some straight up trash. I'm sorry. And he got taken off, or he either quit the book or got pulled off the book, and people didn't pick up his storylines and run with him. They kind of ignored Rest in Peace for the most part, and of course, ultimately they moved on to New 52 not too terribly long after. I mean, yeah, F that. No, I'm cool with it. I don't want anybody carrying on anybody else's storylines. Let's see here. Hickman, I said, run them mutants. Dude, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Matthew Clark asks, do you think we'll see Sync in this relaunch? Actually, you know what? I've been talking about this in the comments a little bit on the Sync video, which, by the way, thank y'all for showing up for that video, man. I had a lot of fun making that video. If you haven't done so yet, I do humbly ask that if you have not done so, and you are looking for something to watch at some particular point, I do have a video up about it's a character breakdown of the Generation X member Sync. You can kind of see it right over in here. Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's us. We're live over here. But yeah, this is that right there. Yeah, go check it out if you get a chance. I put a lot of work into that one. I love the character, so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I think we could possibly see. Hickman is very good about bringing back characters and touching on some stuff that people haven't delved into. He says, KC Johnson asks, I wonder what the books are after Mini House of X and House of X. Who knows? Who knows? But I know Hickman says he wants to keep the number of X-Men books low. Let's see here. George Singer says in the Nightly News, his first book. This is true. That is not incorrect. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, here we go. I think I found it. Boom. Let me see if I can find a good image of the cover of that book. Yeah, here we go. Here, let me. Let's take a look at this real quick. Yeah. So there you go. The Nightly News by Jonathan Hickman. Also a good read. I highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. It's like I said. It's not your typical comic book. It's like I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. If you don't like capes, or flip it. If you love capes and you don't like things that aren't cape related, you might want to stay away from the Nightly News. However, if you want to see different stuff, and that's kind of my thing. I used to be that guy. It's either cape or nothing. I want capes all day, day in, day out. Capes. Capes, capes.
To this day. To this day.
But here's the thing about that. I like other stories. I love other stories. I love things that have nothing to do with superheroes. But no, the nightly news is definitely something different to try out, and I highly recommend you check it out. Let's see here. Conway Bergdahl says, I think they bring the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants in. They show Rogue taking Miss Marvel's powers, and they bring in the X-Men. Rogue joins the X-Men, and then you get X-Men versus Avengers MCU movie. Probably. You might see that. Maybe. Excuse me. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Kaden White, what's up? He says, what's cracking, man? What's popping? Y'all may remember he's Kaden White. We had him on not too terribly long ago. We were talking about the comic that he is working on called Brand under Ikari Press. Yeah, go show some love. Love to Kaden White. Go show him some love if y'all haven't checked it out already. Let's see here. We got Martin HD. Man, thank you, man. Thank you. Look, yeah, man, hit that like button, man. Smash that shit. Anyway, let's see here. George Singer says you got to be a Guy Ritchie fan to like his movies. Yeah, kind of, because he has some trash out there. I think Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels hasn't aged as well as I would like it to, but Snatch is still my favorite of all of his movies. Let's see here. Mojo88 says, I missed it. Why was Tom King fired from Batman? It's kind of a misnomer, actually. He actually was not fired. I mean, he technically just has other stuff he's doing, and he's moved on to other projects that are Batman-related. So, there you go. Let's see. Ghostwalker 23 says, I didn't know you like Sync from Generation X. I thought, Guy was a strange character in that scene. Yeah, kind of. Guy is a strange, character, a little bit. But I do like Sync. I do love Sync. Love him a lot. Let's see here. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and answer some questions. We're gonna answer some questions for the next. We're gonna answer some questions for the next 10 minutes. We're gonna do about 10 more minutes of questions. And I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna answer questions that have already been thrown in here. And I'm gonna start off with Ebony Avenger Stevenson. Ebony Avenger Stevenson asks, does anyone know if there's a Blue Marvel collection? Yes, it is called Adam, the Legend of Blue Marvel. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you can find it on Comixology and Amazon. Yes. Yep, you can. If you try to buy that paperback, though, man, they ask a king's ransom. But if you go to Comixology, Kindle and Comixology, you can get the trade for like I think $8, give or take. I'm looking at it, as a matter of fact, looking at it right now. You just go to Amazon, type in Blue Marvel, you will get it. Let's see. Ronnie Silas asks, do you think we'll ever get the Green Lantern Corps film that's been rumored forever to come on DC and WB? I want it. I want to see it. I would love to see it. I think I've been very vocal in the past about how I feel about the idea of a Bud Cop movie. And largely I feel this way because of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps New 52 comic, and other comics where like they've just been together in the same book. I like the idea of having two lanterns in the same movie. Like have two main character lanterns. Have Hal Jordan, and then have John Stewart. Have Hal Jordan, he can be the guy that was there first. John Stewart can be the new guy, or maybe they can just show up at the same time, and maybe you can retcon some things. Maybe have them go through training at the same time, and just happens that they come from very different backgrounds. You can do it however you really want to. I don't care. But if you did it as Hal Jordan being the elder statesman and John Stewart being the rookie, I'm perfectly fine with that too. But I would like to see it. I think it would be an amazing thing for them to do. And you never know if the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus series, which apparently may not be called Falcon and Winter Soldier, it may be called Captain America and Winter Soldier. You'll probably see if that succeeds. You might see WB Warner Brothers and DC Comics be a lot quicker to jump on that project. Because DC and Warner Brothers are very reactionary. There's a reason why people made jokes about Batman v Superman instead of being called Dawn of Justice being race to get that Marvel money. Race to get that Avengers money. Okay, let's see. George Singer says, John Leguizamo isn't playing Violator. DeVito would be a good clown in Spawn. I do agree with that. Now, here's the problem. The Spawn movie is in trouble. And it may or may not happen because production is stalled and Todd McFarlane has talked about leaving the project because, Todd McFarlane is the director of said project, even though I don't think that was a good idea even in the first place, but don't at me. Okay. Let's see here. What is your thoughts? Steve Huggins asked me, what are your thoughts on the Terminator Dark Fate trailer? Okay, so I'm interested. I'm very interested. Now, here's the thing. I have PTSD, and I'm saying that in the loosest terms possible. I'm speaking facetiously here. I don't actually have PTSD from Terminator movies. I'm not that brittle. But, I mean, like, my level of excitement has PTSD from previous Terminator movies because they always promise to be so good. They always promise to be this, amazing new thing, and then they wind up not being, and then I wind up being like, well, that sucked. I didn't hate Terminator Genesis as much as other people, but I wasn't in love with it either. I also didn't hate Terminator Salvation. I just didn't think it was that great. I did not like Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines at all. This one, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm interested. The whole the 2-in-1 Terminator where you got like the liquid metal T-1000 that is over the kind of more classic T-800 style endoscale. I like that. I like that. That's actually really cool. And I like the idea that, he can be driving a truck in the endoskeletal form and then still have the T-1000 form, like still running around and doing stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Oh God, I'm going to butcher her name. Mostly because I don't know it. But here, let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. I'm trying to see who all's in this. Of course, we got Linda Hamilton back, which I'm all for. I'm all for that. Mackenzie Davis, we got her, which I did not realize I had ever seen her in anything, but I forgot I had seen her in The Black Mirror and in The Martian, and she's been in some other stuff too. I mean, I'm curious to see what they do with her character. I like Gabriel. It's Gabriel Luna, I believe, is playing the evil Terminator. I do kind of. I feel like they're kind of cribbing a little bit with Mackenzie Davis's character Grace, the whole thing they did with Sam Worthington in Terminator Salvation. I feel like they're cribbing a little bit from that. But otherwise, I mean, I'm not against it. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see what else we got here. Also, Ebony Avenger Stevenson, I'm right there with you. I'm enjoying the business Superman stuff. I don't understand. Oh, man. Okay, so let's see here. Let's keep going. Let's go. Hey, Kate Tucker, what's going on? I see you in here. Yeah, you showed a little late. That's okay. It's okay. I have it. I think I have the DVR enabled. You should be able to go back to the beginning if you want to, kind of keep up or go back and watch anything. And once I do this, it should post on the channel so you can catch up with us. Let's see here. Okay, Tucker says, man, those Skull Candy headphones really making sales. I have the same ones, me and my wife. Yeah, dude. Okay, so true story. So last week I told y'all I had to go to a shoot, and the shoot required me to use my studio. I was going to use my studio monitor headphones, and I took them with me, and I left them at the place I was going, and just forgot to take them back. So I'm on these. I use these for everything though, for the most part, even to kind of monitor things because they're not bad. But yeah, I love these headphones. They are Freaking amazing. I don't do Beats. I mean, I got Beats. I can afford Beats, but I ain't giving Dr. Dre no money for overpriced headphones. F that. Matthew Clark asked, what do you think about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out? I think nothing. I'm not interested at all. I'll probably see it because, my daughter really likes stuff like that. But, I mean, yeah, I don't care. Remember, when they messed up Sonic, I wasn't even that butthurt about it. Conway Bergdahl says Idris Elba is Black Lightning in Suck Squad, or did you mean Suicide Squad? Was that like an autocorrect? I don't know. You might have been doing a double entendre there. But no, I can see it. I can see it. Oh, now going back to the Terminator thing, the only thing I think is weird. I thought the song choice in the movie trailer for Terminator Dark Fate is weird because I don't know if y'all know the song, but the song that was being sung in the trailer in the background is a song called Hunter by Bjork. And it's old song from back in the late 90s. But really weird song. It's a good song. It's a weird music video. But I thought it was just a strange choice. But I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. Here, let's see. Okay. ETA. All right, so yeah. We got a little bit more time here. Okay, so let's see here. K Tugger says, Hot is so lame. He doesn't want any action in the movie. He just wants a thriller. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of the reason why he's stalled on production. Because, I'm sorry, but, I get the idea of what he's trying to do. I get it. I totally get it. But you got to give me something. Let's see. Cricket says, the problem with Terminator 3, in my opinion, was it completely betrayed the premise of there is no fate but what we make. In Terminator 3, Judgment Day is coming, and there's nothing you can do to prevent it. Yeah, that is kind of... I didn't think about it at the time that I saw it, but when I actually was away from it and kind of had some time to think about it, I was like, yeah... I don't really care for that. I don't really care for that at all. Not one bit. So, yeah. Okay, so Colin Bergdog says Linda Hamilton looks like she's had a rough life in the trailer. You gotta think about this, man. Linda Hamilton. She was born in 1956. You gotta think about that. Linda Hamilton, she was born in 1956, so she is 62 years old. I get it. Yeah, she does look like she's had a rough life in the trailer, though. But yeah, she done seen some shit. Let's be fair. She done seen some shit. Here, I gotta take a sip real quick. A little represent NXT, Ride Till I Die. Woo! That good Memphis H2O. Let's see here. TJ Ridgeway says, if I could get Hickman to write some wrestling plot for Vince, that would really help your boy out. Hey, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. Vince needs Hickman. He needs Jason Aaron. That man needs Frank Miller. He needs people. He needs people on his shit. I'm just gonna be real with you. Let's see here. Robert George says, Blerd, you keep that amazing work. Peace out. Plus, hey. I had to burp. Sorry. Didn't want to burp into the microphone. It just came out of nowhere. Chimichangas for breakfast. The breakfast champions. No, but yeah, dude. Peace out, man. Love you. Like I said, man. Hopefully I see you here on the next stream. And y'all know I'll see y'all in the comments, because I'll be answering some more comments a little later today. I'm going to drop another video. I said I was going to do that last week. I was going to drop a video today. I didn't do it. My bad. I actually am going to drop a video today. I'll drop the second War of the Realms tie-in book video. So, yeah. Let's see here. Conway Bergdog says Sync is awesome, but I think he's way too powerful for the MCU. Would you love to see a Generation X movie? He said would love to see a Generation X movie. I would like to see that. I don't know if we'll see it, but I want to see it. I want to see that so badly. And like I said, you never know. We might see it. We might not. I don't know. We might. But he is a little too powerful. He would probably have to be toned down. He'd probably have to be toned down a little bit, as everyone is toned down in the Marvel movies. Conway Bergdahl also says, what was your favorite Cyclops? I love the Cyclops that appeared after the 12 storyline. Him and Wolverine were playing games on how to take out the bad guys. Yeah, dude, I like that. I like Cyclops. I love Cyclops. He's actually one of my favorite X-Men. I like him more than Wolverine, if I'm being brutally honest. But yeah, no, I don't know. I kind of feel like, as far as X-Men storylines go, I feel like Cyclops has always gotten the short end of the stick because people always try and write him in such a way that they try and make him boring. Like, they go out of the way to make him boring. I've heard people say Chris Claremont didn't like Cyclops and that he went out of his way to try and, like, deconstruct and tear down Cyclops. But when I actually spoke with Chris Claremont, he actually said it was the complete opposite. He does not hate Cyclops. He just was trying to tell a good story about characters, what he's trying to do. He actually, and when you go back and look at him, he did give Cyclops a lot to do. So there's that. But yeah, listen, we got time to answer questions. We still got time for a few more questions. We're at I'll answer for another 5 minutes in here if anybody's got questions for me. And otherwise, I'm just going to go through the usual spiel. Let's see here. TJ Ridgway said Vince need to go home. Dude, okay, let me tell you something. When the XFL starts, I will be so happy. I don't give a fuck about the XFL. However, I am looking very forward to it coming out because that means Vince will not be as heavily involved in WWE. And he is killing one of my all-time favorite pastimes. I'm just going to be brutally honest about that. He's killing it. The only good thing about WWE right now, this. Wait here. Adam Cole, baby. Look. I know Alice Black's on the main roster right now, but hey, love. My boy Ricochet, Roderick Strong, the Messiah of the Backbreaker. My girl Nikki Cross, EC3, Velveteen Dream, baby. Let me put on my Dusty Rhodes voice. It ain't none better, babies. It ain't none better. Ain't nothing better here. Ain't nothing better here for the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. I'm sorry. I can't resist. That's actually one of my favorite. Dusty Rhodes, classic Dusty Rhodes, my favorite wrestler. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Him and Bret the Hitman Hart. Those are my two, as a kid growing up, those are just my favorites. But anyway, I just love the way he talked. Dusty Rhodes. But anyway, Marcus and HD said, the XFL, didn't they try that in the early 2000s? Yes, they did. And because of all the kneeling and protesting in the NFL, Vince McMahon has taken it upon himself to bring back his brand of NFL, his brand of football, because he wants to give the American people that good old-fashioned football where people don't kneel and don't protest. And it's going to fail. It's going to fail so spectacularly. I cannot wait for it to fail. Oh, God, it's going to fail. But I actually hope it succeeds, because if it succeeds, that means Vince McMahon stays the fuck away from wrestling. God, he needs to stay away. Oh, I appreciate that, Lock Style. Thank you. My Dusty Rhodes impression is on point. Thank you. I always tell people, one of my favorite promos of all time, Dusty Rhodes is when he's like, baby, Ole Anderson, Friday night at the Omni. Payback. It's going to be something to tell, brother. Anyways, I love me some, oh God, I love me some Dusty Rhodes. Anyway, TJ Ridgway says, yeah, crap, I forgot EC3 was on main. Oh, God, I need to watch Double Nothing tonight for that Cody versus... Dude, yes! I'm watching it tonight. Me and, I don't know if y'all follow this channel, but my brothers from another mother, two-player co-op, I'm going to be kicking it with them tonight. We're going to be watching that AEW Double or Nothing. I'll probably be live tweeting it, so, like, if you follow me on... if you follow me on the Twitters... Blerd minus Fear, you'll probably see me talking about it. Maybe. I may not. Depends on how engaged I am. I'm really bad at live tweeting when I'm, like, engaged in something. So that's how you can tell I really enjoy something, is if I'm not, like, tweeting a lot while I'm watching it. So there you go. I'm getting a call, which I'm about to... I'm going to ignore that for right now because we're in the middle of something. We're in the middle of something right now. We don't take calls during the show yet. Not yet. Okay, so, let's see. Lotus Scholar says, went to one XFL game when I was a kid. Remember, he hate me. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. He hate me. Dude literally had he hate me on his jersey. Sad. Anyways, I gotta get out of here because it is that time. It is that time. I got to get out of here. I got to get ready. I got to set us up to shoot. We are going to be... I guess I can tell you what we're doing. I'm going to be talking... Me and Maria are going to be doing a top 10 breakdown. I know this has nothing to do with capes or superheroes that, most people give a shit about, but we're going to be doing a top 10 video about the differences between Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the Super Sentai show that it was adapted from Kyoryu Sentai Z Ranger. We're going to be talking about the differences between those shows. So it'd be kind of like what we did with the Go Busters video, but a little different. But yeah, we're going to be doing that, so I got to go set up the shoot for that, make sure the lighting and everything is on point. But just to let you know, that's what I'm doing. I got some other stuff coming up. Just remember, later tonight, the second War of the Realms tie-in book video is going to drop. I'm probably dropping around 6, so probably right around the time Double or Nothing starts, or the pre-show for Double or Nothing starts. Maybe a little earlier. I may drop it after this video goes up. You never know. I just do things. I don't have a plan. I wouldn't know what to do with a car if I caught it. Anyway. But no, that being said, yeah, we're going to do that. I have some other videos. If you are a patron, I have some videos that are up right now that you will probably be seeing. You'll probably see, I just put up some Justice League videos. There's 3 Justice League videos that are up on Patreon, one of which is about to go up on Patreon right now. So yeah, you'll be seeing that. I got some other stuff in the crock pot that's cooking. Once again, you'll be seeing me at Brooklyn Comic-Con. That's going to be June 15th, 16th. I'm going to be at Brooklyn Comic-Con. I'm going to be in the NY. Y'all can come holler at me. I'll totally sit down, chit-chat with you, kick it with you. As long as I'm not doing the panel, I will, because I don't really have any other plans. Go check out my allies, Alternative Factuals, Fantastic Frankie. Those are actually some people I'm going to be kicking it with while I'm in Brooklyn Comic Con. So make sure you hit them up. Make sure you tell them Blerd Without Fear sent y'all their way, because I want to show some love to my peoples. I want to show some love to my Blerd allies, people who are allies of the Blerd Without Fear channel. I want to make sure those people are getting all the love that that they deserve, because they're out there putting in work, man. They're putting in hard work. Out here on these YouTubes, man. They're out here. Anyway, I do want to say, I guess that is everything. But let's see. Oh, I guess I'll answer one more real quick. It says Sebastian Orduz. As I love Tom King's Batman, and I wanted to know how it was going to end, but at least the Batman and Catwoman spinoff by him and Clayman will finish the story. So yay, yeah. Actually, so yay, yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm like, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, I just want to say thank y'all, everybody, for jumping in. Thank y'all for jumping in. Thank y'all for kicking it with me, chopping it up with me. Like I said, we're going to be getting out of here. Man, I just thank y'all so much for making this so much fun. I think a lot of y'all know that I was real hesitant to do live streams and stuff like that, because I'm such a production, whore. And I was nervous. I didn't really think it would be, worth, the time. Like, I didn't think anybody would enjoy it. I didn't think anybody would, care about it or give a shit. And, y'all really showed up for me, man. Dude, I just want to say I appreciate y'all showing up here in the comments and hitting the like button, man, share, man, just doing all the cool stuff that y'all do, man. I just appreciate it. I just want to say that. Thank everybody who dropped in on the super chats, everybody who subscribed. Thank y'all so much. If you If you're a patron, man, thank you all so much for being patrons. Just want to go ahead and say that real quick. And, man, just love, man. Just so much love. Anyways, I'm about to jump out of here. I'm going to see you all next time. Remember, I think the only day I will not be doing a live stream is going to be the weekend that I am in Brooklyn. I may still do a live stream. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It just depends on how it plays out. I may do like some walking around stuff. We'll never know. But anyways, thank y'all so much. Like I said, man, hit that like button, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you already haven't, and man, just be excellent to each other, make good choices, and if you're gonna go watch AEW Double or Nothing, let me know. Anyways, I'll see you all next time. I love you all 3,000 plus ultra.